everybody, welcome once again to Cheap Comic Collector. Today we are taking a break from the yearly comics and going through some treasuries, because I have to put those in the list too, but they're not in with the regular boxes, and I just got in a stack of 7 of them. So I'm going to show you the few that I had previously and also what I just got in.
Book Friday, we got the stash. Oh yeah. Pages yellow, but we're making cash. Cheap heroes fly, making moves so fast. Woo. In this funky time warp, it's a blast. Comic shops buzzing like bees in a hive. Vintage tales bringing them alive. Yeah. Collector's paradise where dreams reside. Flipping through the pages, taking that ride. Comic Book Friday, swinging to the beat. Getting those deals ain't it neat? Heroes and villains all meet and greet. Woo. Dancing in the aisles, moving our feet. Found a gem from 42, Captain Bold, tales untold, worth their weight in gold. Mad scientist with a plan so cold. Now it's moved to cherish and hold. Super fans unite with the shout. Yeah. Cheap comics, there's no doubt. Woo. Every hero story we tell. In this funky mission, no one leaves out. Comic Book Friday, swinging to the beat. Getting those deals, ain't it neat? Heroes and villains all meet and greet. Woo. Dancing in the aisles, moving our feet.
All right, hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. Happy Friday. Before we get to the treasuries, today is the day that I'm filming this on is New Comic Book Day. It is the release day of the Mark Spears blind bags, and I don't have mine yet. That's what you get for ordering on eBay, right? The seller has to get them. They just got them in like yesterday, I guess. And so they're shipping them. I do have a tracking number, but instead of being late to the party, I think what I'll do is I'm going to wait until Halloween to open them, and that will be my Halloween video. Is I'll open them, I'll have some cool Halloween themed songs type things playing in the background that I haven't had the chance to use yet, and it should be fun. Yeah, we'll open up the blind bag, see what's there, and I'll pick whichever one I like the best to keep for myself. The rest will go into the auctions, and hopefully, I'll get a foil or something cool. But you never know. I have 15 of them coming, so I'm gonna switch over to the other camera and try to get this going. But the treasuries are big. I may have to stick to this camera, so I don't know. We'll find out. All right, here we are. I was able to zoom the camera out a little bit so that we can get pretty much the whole cover in there, which is good because you'll be able to get a better look at them like this. We got, first off, we have Giant Superhero Holiday Grab Bag. This is Marvel Treasury Edition. Not seeing a number on it, so it may just be a special or something. I know the numbering on the Marvels were just as confusing as the ones on the DC ones. So this is one that I already had. I've had the pleasure of having these this in my collection for quite a few years now, and I just love the cover. Very cool. And then we have Marvel Treasury Edition number 17, with the Incredible Hulk, giant size, you might say. Very cool. Little damage here and there, but so what? Great back cover as well. Got Havoc on there on the back. Rhino. And I assume that's Man-Thing, but it may just be a swamp monster. Doesn't quite look like Man-Thing. And then Captain America's Bicentennial Battles. I've shown this a couple of times in the past. Marvel Treasury Special from 1976. The entire thing done by Jack Kirby. Very cool. Yeah, I've got some pinups in the back. Colonial Captain America and Western Captain America. Oh, cool Statue of Liberty on the back. And here's the one I stole the backdrop from today. This is called Faster Than Light in Terrifying 3D. It's an actual 3D comic. It's in color. Unfortunately, the 3D is not very good. It does not. It's really done quite badly, quite honestly. You can still see, once you put the glasses on, you can still see red and blue lines on the actual drawings. So not quite sure how they thought this was supposed to work. I mean, you look at this and you'd be like, oh, that'd be cool in 3D. But it doesn't work. You can still see, like, this guy's got 3 legs because it just, for whatever reason, it does not work. I don't know if it's because they use color or what, but very disappointing. But what a great cover. This was published by Image Comics. And hopefully the story's good. I haven't read it yet. I just kind of flipped through it to look at the 3D effects, because that's what I usually do with 3D comics, and it just plain doesn't work on this. So I'm not sure why. Maybe you're supposed to use a different type of glasses, but I use the glasses that are here with it, and it says Anomaly Productions Shadow Line, so I'm assuming these are the right ones. And when I look through these instead of my own glasses, I still see 3 legs. There really isn't that much difference. So yeah, it just doesn't work. Luckily, I didn't pay very much for that one. These are the new ones, of course, and these are all worked out to about, once I average them all together, about $10 a piece, which was a little more than I wanted to spend, but the guy came in there, started bidding them all up, and so I wasn't able to get any more cheaper ones. And then this is limited collector's edition number 38, Superman and the Statue of Liberty cover. Very cool. On the back, you got a diorama that you can build. You're supposed to, like, cut this out and then cut out the white parts, and then somehow that goes, these tabs go into these slots and create a background for the Superman figure. It's I'm not going to cut it up to try it, but I don't think it would give you that great an effect anyway. If it was on a regular size comic, I would scan it and print it out, but I don't think my scanner will do one this big. Anyway, this has got Superman stories in it, obviously. Juvenile delinquents from space. Ziggy and Zaggy. Got a huge pinup in the middle. Some kind of game. Mr. Mxyzptlk story from 1946. How to draw the Superman family. Superman's Day of Doom. And some kind of little article, Superman's Young Friends on Film. Looks like talks about George Reeves and shows him hanging out with Boy Scouts and stuff like that. So cool, very cool. This one I paid the most for. I don't remember all the individual prices, but I know I paid like $20 for this one. And then the rest of them were anywhere from 15 to 5, and they averaged out, like I said, they averaged out to about $10. So this is Famous First Edition number 6 with Wonder Woman. The guy that was selling these, it was his first show on Whatnot, and he didn't really know much about these, quite honestly. The ones, I don't know if I got any of the ones that like the silver or gold editions. I don't think I did. I guess I got the blue ribbon editions. But he kept trying to think that there was something special about the silver editions and the gold editions, and that doesn't. It didn't mean anything. It's just there's only one edition of each one of these, except for the hardcovers. So I mean, I can understand why he'd think that because it's written on there, but he just didn't. He just didn't know. Sweet Adeline, songs without music. Wonder Woman. We've got some unfortunate racial stereotypes in that story. And these are cool because these are basically facsimiles. They printed the inside covers on the front and back, and so they were basically full-size facsimiles back in the day. Here is Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. You imagine getting something like this only for $1. That was the cover price. This is number 49. It's got a cool wraparound cover of the Legion. Yeah, that one's got a little bit of smudging on it. I think that'll come off with the eraser since I got a white background. Yeah, pretty well. Still a little bit on there, but and this one, it says full-length superhero novel, complete diagram of Legion headquarters, 2-page Legion pinup plus other super pinups. So I don't know. Is this... I'm not sure if this is new. I seem to remember something about the Legion of Superheroes Treasury having at least some new material in it, but that was a long time ago, and I don't know if I'm remembering correctly or not. It does not say in these where the stories are from, so it's hard to tell if these are new or not. I don't think so. They look older to me than what the cover looks like. Maybe it's the fact that it had a new cover. Maybe there's a new centerfold or something like that. I don't think these are... I don't think this is a new story. Just looking at the art style. It's got a unfortunate printer mark in there. Here's the diagram of the Legion headquarters. And the wedding of Bouncer Boy and Duo Damsel. This scene first appeared in Superboy 200. For a list of the guests, see inside the back cover. More information on the Legion of Headquarters complex. And another story. Or still got more Drew in it, so maybe it's just continuing the from the first part. And there's the breakdown of the Legion wedding picture. It says John Johns is in there from Martian Manhunter. Let's see. Yep, there he is right there. What's he doing there? And the Tornado Twins are in here as well. Right up here. Cool. I think that's my favorite of all these that I got in. And I think this is the one that I got for like $5. So these are in really decent shape too. There's no tears or anything. I mean, there's a little general wear, but nothing terrible. Here is number 31, Superman, 6 Spectacular Stories. Supersized pinup of Superman's World of Tomorrow, How to Draw the Man of Steel, super games and puzzles, sensational Superman scenes from the screen, and a 3D cutout diorama. So another Superman scene on the back, recreating the pose on the front. And again, they don't tell you in here where the where the stories first appeared, but this looks very early. We're going to see if they credited the artists or not, because this looks really early to me, like it would be Schuster, but Copyright 1940. So when Superman started, 1939. So this is probably the second year of Action Comics, something like that. Oh, there we go. Art by Jack Burnley on this one. How to draw Superman, that blockhead. Yeah, this one is Wayne Boring, 1949. So at least you got a copyright to kind of narrow it down. Of course, you can always just look it up nowadays, so that's cool. Concept for Superman's future. Drawings on these and the following pages are a dream for the future, a giant complex that will bring to life many phases of the Superman legend in rides, exhibits, and other forms of entertainment. Wonder if that's something they actually wanted to build. That would have been cool. Be able to visit the Fortress of Solitude and stuff. Got a restaurant up here. Stained glass roof. So these panels are supposed to be stained glass. Very cool. Very imaginative. And I think it was. I think it was actual something that a concept maybe they were thinking about, because it actually has like a first aid station in here, and they wouldn't do that if it wasn't, if it wasn't something they were actually trying to plan on creating. Although I don't see any bathrooms, but I'm sure they're there somewhere. Got a movie theater, craft shop, shopping mall, supermarket, entrance to the hotel. That would have been cool. I'd go see that. And this is design is drawn by Neil Adams. It's got his signature down here. Upon entering the park, you will come to a recreation of the main street of Smallville, complete with the city hall. Okay, so you're looking at like Disneyland type thing, small town, main street coming in. The Kent's General Store and part of the giant cake Superboy baked on his last day in town, preserved under glass at the end of the street. You would tour the Kent home. Very young children can be left at the Bizarro playground where everything works in reverse. It includes such attractions as the inside-out submarine, water is inside, and the transparent locomotive. In the Fortress of Solitude will be the Superman Rogues Gallery with realistic statues of the Man of Steel's most dangerous foes. So basically a wax museum. When you board the Great Rocket in Superman Park, you will be launched on a simulated voyage to the planet Krypton. Passing many strange worlds, you will finally come in for a landing in the capital city of Kryptonopolis. Finally, at the far end of the park, you will enter a long plastic tube leading to Superman's Arctic Fortress of Solitude. Entering through the giant keyhole, you will pass the statues of Superman's parents, Jor-El and Lara. Then you will thrill to the moving replicas of the alien beasts in the Interplanetary Zoo. These are only a few of the many unbelievable attractions developed for our Superman Park. Cool. This one's by Kurt Schaffenberger, 1960. Crypto story. Cartoon flips. You flip them up back and forth fast enough, he moves. Sure he does. Carrie Bates, Ross, Andrew, and Mark Esposito on this one from 1967. Origin of Superman by Carmine Infantino and Kurt Swan and Murphy Anderson. Seems like they should have started with that one, but oh well. And there's the giant cake. I wonder if this issue has all the elements, like there are different elements that are in the park. I didn't see the Fortress of Solitude anywhere though, so maybe not. Then you got Superman on the screen. Very cool. I like that park. Somebody needs to create an AI version of that park so we can all go visit. Famous First Edition 8 of the Flash Comics #1. And again, it reprints the inside cover and back covers. So basically a facsimile, which I think I actually have a newer facsimile of this issue. I have to check, but and besides the Flash, you have Cliff Cornwall, Special Agent by Sheldon Moldoff. So this is the same guy that did Scribbly and Sugar and Spike. Could actually draw. Hawkman, first appearance, I believe. The Demon Dummy Flash picture novel in 2 parts. And the Whip. And then there's the inside back cover and the original back cover. So those are cool. And then the last one I got is, I do have a couple other treasuries that I'm not showing today. I have, I don't think they're quite this big, but I have the Alex Ross, a couple of Alex Ross treasuries that I got from Sandman a while back. But they are buried in my magazine box, and I'm not going to dig through the closet to get them out right now. So this is limited collector's edition number 52, the Best of DC Volume 1. So this is basically what started the Best of DC collections that would have ended up being in the digests, right? They had the Blue Ribbon digests where they did the Best of DC every year. And wraparound cover by Neil Adams. And again, they don't tell you what issues they're from. Night of the Reaper Batman story. I got Captain America. What's he doing here? And Havoc. This must be for the Rutland Halloween Parade, right? They used to do that. Have the unofficial crossovers and have the costumes from the other publisher in the background. There's Havoc again. Looks like Cain and Abel are in there. Spider-Man. Thor. Spider-Man again. Havoc again. And then we have this one's hosted by Kane, so it must be a House of Mystery story probably. The Demon Within plot by Joe Orlando, art by Jim Aparo. Flash story, Doorway to the Unknown. You couldn't really do this anymore because they so rarely have standalone stories, right? This Dirty Job by Bob Haney and Alex Toth. Fire Air by Joe Kubert. And The Last Days of Superman by Kurt Swan and George Klein. Got some Legion of Superheroes in there. Batman. And then they ask you for your suggestions on what to include in Volume 2. And that's it. That's what I got today. Very cool. Got these. I still have to put these in my list yet. I got to remember to do that. And then, of course, these I already had, but still got to put them in the new list. So, glad I had Marvel treasuries because I didn't like these were all DC treasuries, right? There weren't any. I didn't get any of the Marvel ones that he had. He didn't have a whole lot of Marvel ones, but they were definitely going for higher money. All right, hope you enjoyed that. That was fun looking through them. I'm sure I'll enjoy reading them when I get around to it. But I really like that Superman Park idea. Looked cool. Too bad that never got built. But I'm sure it would probably wouldn't still be around if it had got built. But that seems viable to me for even today, really, because you could have a comic store in there and sell comics and sell and actually have, with today's technology, have a simulator ride and all kinds of different stuff. So Well, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, I know the Six Flag parks have DC stuff, but that would be a whole little land by itself. That would be awesome. So they could do the same thing with Batman a little bit, but they probably won't. Things change too much all the time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's see, this is Friday, so I'll be on Crazy Hungarian show tonight, live on Friday night, Friday Night Live on his YouTube channel. And of course, tomorrow is the auction. Sunday is the members only auction. And then next Friday is Halloween. So I will be doing those, opening up those blind bags for that show. And we'll see what I got. Hopefully, if I get them by then, I should have them by then. Hopefully, I have them in a few days. Like I said, I got a tracking number today, so hopefully it will all work out. See you soon.
Step right up, don't be shy. Join the fun, give them a try. Click that button, it's not sly. We can take this song so high. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little loving. Make our hearts keep on thumping. Do up D, it's so neat. Hit that like, feel the beat. Join the rhythm, move your feet. Subscribe and make it sweet. Oh, let's all click the like button. Don't just sit there doing nothing. Subscribe and be a little